Brothers and sisters, isn't it amazing that we wait for something very often in our lives, and when it comes, we don't appreciate it as much? And we can take a lot of examples from our lives where in elementary school we waited for the graduation of grade 8 and it just kind of passed. We waited for prom night and it just kind of passed, and many of us don't even remember it. And today we hear about the fact that the Jews waited for a Messiah. Actually, in fact, they waited for almost 2,000 years. And when he came, they didn't believe him, they didn't accept. And this shows us a bit of our human nature, that we don't like change. We don't like, especially if that change means I have to change. And we experience it in these days. We have to stay home, and it's so hard for us to stay home. Yes, because now we're in families together and all of our weaknesses come out. All of our lack of patience, and we can't just close ourselves away. But even more so because our routine change. Because everything that got us to grow, to go ahead in our lives, seems to be put on pause. And we don't like that. And notice that we don't also like it when God comes into our lives too much. From one side, we ask of him, Lord, show yourself. Lord, come to me. Lord, be united with me. But when he answers our prayers, that's when the going gets really tough. Why? Because Jesus answers our prayers like God would. So he says, I want you up in heaven. I see what's prohibiting you to enter into a relationship with me. And therefore I want you to change it. And we say, Lord, I don't want to change that. Because changing it will often mean I have to change. Let me give you an example. A person who comes to see what God's plan is for us, what true responsibility is, what true love is, will not abuse love, or will not abuse himself. And therefore, if I had a stage in my life where I thought alcohol was great and I could abuse it, once I met God and I realized what we spoke about yesterday, what true freedom is, I don't see that as fun anymore, because I realized it wasn't fun at all in the first place. It was a fun that passed the evening that it happened, and the next morning it actually hurt me more. And that goes for everything. That goes against me, my love of neighbor, and God. And therefore, coming to know God means changing that and not seeing it, often not only for myself as fun, but finally disagreeing with the trends of the world that will say, oh, this is fun, this is cool. But they're very often just fun moments that pass and are very, very much self-centered and pointed on pleasing me more than making me grow. And therefore, thank God that he shows you moments where you have to change. But it's not enough to just accept that the Holy Spirit showed me my weakness. But I actually have to act upon it. Because only then will I choose life, eternal life. And if I don't, I will start my descent to not choose life, and therefore to choose death, with also the possibility of an eternal death. And may that not happen ever, but may we change, may we push ourselves towards heaven, towards God. Have a blessed Thursday. God bless.